Good evening, Asia Pacific. Hi, Aya.
Hi, Jules. Hi, everyone. It's a special night for all of us, especially the advocates of the for the SDGs, because we are celebrating youth action for the global goals. Jules.
Yes, and in fact, of course, this is a very, very important occasion because this is the first time actually that the Youth Force has organized this virtual festival, which has been attended by our youth advocates of the Youth Force in our 8 national chapters. So to begin with, of course, everyone in the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific Global Week to Act for SDGs. This is our culmination and awards night. Hey, are you excited for tonight?
Yes, very excited. Let's start.
Okay, so as we begin our virtual festival, the culmination night, let's watch this video that was prepared by the SDG Action Team. Let's watch this. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the official video of the Global Week of Action prepared by the SDG Action Team. By the way, Aya, before we proceed, we need to introduce ourselves first. So I am Jules Giang, chairperson of the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific Regional Council. Right. And of course, we have here my co-host, and in a while, yeah, Aya, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Aya. I'm the national convener of the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines. All right. And Jules, let's start with some sort of an overview of what's going to happen this evening. So first, we'll have a recap of what
Mhm.
happened in the past days, because every chapter hosted a webinar for the youth across Asia Pacific. And on the second part of our program, we will give awards in recognition to the outstanding youth across Asia Pacific who have been very active in championing the global goals.
Yeah. And of course, a very quick maybe takeaway from that video. That is a turn it around video from the UNSDG Action campaign team. So basically, the main message of this global week of action, that despite we have entered the decade of action, which is 2020, so basically we have less than 10 years before the 2030 deadline. This is our turning point. Okay, because we are under a pandemic, but despite that, the challenge right now for all governments, the private sector, and the civil society to still stick to the plan, and that is the SDGs.
Right. Okay, so let's dive in and open our program, Jules.
Yes,
Let's
okay.
go
Right,
ahead,
let's
Jules.
hear a special message from the man behind the formation of the 2030 Youth Force, someone who has always believed in the potentials and capabilities of young people. Through the efforts of his team in UNDP Bangkok Regional Hub, together with the UN volunteers, we have this Asia Pacific Youth Network that has been mobilizing thousands of young people in this region to act for SDGs. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the program specialist of the Civil Society and Youth Governance and Peace Building team at the UNDP Regional Hub in Bangkok. We have with us today, all the way from the other side of the world, let's welcome Benyam Gebrezgi. Hi, Benyam. How are you?
Hello. Hi,
Hi,
guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
yes,
can hear you.
Oh,
Okay, the
wonderful.
floor is yours.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be part of your festival, and it is really a festival because I mean the way you mobilize the groups, and I've been looking at all the solutions, ideas, the fantastic work by the members and the applicants. It's been great. I'm currently the regional advisor on youth, and it's really a pleasure and to serve young people across Asia Pacific. As you know, the 23rd Youth Force has been there for a few years now, so I think you've really become a mainstay, and I'm really pleased to see you alive and kicking. I think from our side at the UNDP, it's an honor to be part of your great work, your initiatives that you are rolling out across the region. Um, there's lots to say for this, but I would like to send this big thanks to some of the team members that have been very much involved in this week. We were part of the kickoff, and now I'm happy that we are rounding it up with the award ceremony and a showcase. But really, the regional council and the Youth Force Global Week team, you guys have done some amazing work. For us at UNDP, everyone is needed. We really need to mobilize. This is the moment. You guys have the numbers. More than half of the world of are young people, and they are really here in Asia Pacific. And with all the challenges that we're facing, climate change, COVID, insecurity, disruption in education system, I've seen a lot of those solutions coming from you young people. When I reviewed some of your great ideas, this is really what we need to do. We must make 1 + 1 equaling 101. This is what we need to aim for. When we come together, we mix our ideas and innovation, we bring together our assets and expertise. This is the way to go. So I'm really excited about that. Thanks so much.
Hey, thank you so much, Benyam Gebrezgi. Benyam is one of the advisors of the 2030 Youth Force since 2016. Imagine, Benyam, for the past 4 years. We're still here, and thank you so much for your wisdom and your support for the past 4 years.
Thanks for all the great work you guys are doing too. It's a great pleasure.
Thank you. We'll see you again later, Ben, in the latter part of the program. Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
ya. Okay, so once again, that was Benyam Gebrezdi, one of the advisors of the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific. So now to give us a brief overview of what transpired over the past week in our virtual festival, we will be joined, Aya, by some of our friends and fellow leaders in different Youth Force chapters in the Asia Pacific.
Right, Jules. But before we get there, since you were one of the founding members of the 2030 Youth Force, which is an Asia Pacific wide network, let's hear from you first. Tell us, what was the vision and the mission or the objectives of the 2030 Youth Force?
Well, when we were created 4 years ago in Bangkok, the main objective of a specific workshop. So we were invited, and we were 17 youth leaders representing our countries in Bangkok that time. And the main task was to bring the SDGs to the youth of our own countries. Then later on, 4 years after, we have created and established our own organizations in our own countries. And currently, we are present in 8 countries. We are present in Cambodia, in China, in India, in Indonesia, in Mongolia, in Nepal, in the Philippines, and in Vietnam. So, 4 years after, we have created the regional council and the regional core, and we established that just last year. And the main goal right now is we are guided through the decade of action. Basically, it's the main agenda of the youth force for the next 10 years. So we are guided with 5 themes. Number one, we act for uh, for expansion. Okay, our main goal is to expand the youth force in the Asia Pacific. We also plan to, what are the other ones? I have a note. I have my notes here. Okay, for partnerships, of course, in the spirit of SDG 17. Okay, we understand the value of collaborations with other organizations, with the private sector, and our governments, and of course, advocacy building. Our main core are the SDGs, definitely. And we are guided with our battle cry, which is leaving no one behind. Okay, so we need to ensure that all our activities, our programs, and projects are inclined with this battle cry that all the marginalized sectors and those who really need the SDGs are represented in our activities. And of course, leadership. Okay, we are striving for leadership in the youth sector as regards the SDG. So far, for the past 4 years, we are guided with those five thematic aspects. There you go,
Right.
Aya.
Thank you, Jules, for giving us that quick overview. Now, let's proceed. Let's call in some of our fellow youth leaders. We have with us here from China. We have Song Ziting
Hi, Song. Could you open your camera? Hello, Song. How are you?
there.
I am so good.
Okay. Thank you so
Yes,
much for being here.
yes.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
And of
We al-
course, aside from Song, Aya, who else do we have here?
all right. We also have from the Philippines. We have Nina Lim.
Hey, Nina.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Okay. And of course, later on, we will be joined by other representatives from the other countries. We'll just try to let them in our stream
Mhm.
right now. But so far, guys, Nina and Song, how are you? Have you enjoyed our first virtual festival?
Yes.
Very
I
much
learned
so.
a lot.
Okay, Song, what are your main takeaways so far in our virtual festival?
Okay, actually, in this virtual festival, I cooperate, Useful in China cooperate with the Philippines team. And for me, I think leaving no one behind doesn't only mean that people who are in need should not be left alone. It also means that those who want to join us and do something for SDGs should not be left. So actually, I organized here the workshop of youth advocate with the Philippines team, and we have two young speakers from China, the Wiko and Yujie. They are all founders from and initiators of some brilliant program aiming to help people who are in need. And Yujie, you know, she is still a high school student, and you can find it amazing that a 17-year-old girl can do something real for SDGs, and that's true. And all perfect, they are all perfect examples for who want to do something they are believed in. So an audience also proposed some concerns, that as youth we may have challenges, we may not have support or understanding from our families, but as long as we believe and stick to it, you can always make it. That's really inspiring, and I also hope that this will give some answers to all our participants and of their questions. That's what I learned from this workshop.
Right. Thank you, Song. Nina, you also led one of the webinars. I think it was on creating safe spaces. So, Nina, can you share with us your takeaways?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for allowing us to have this opportunity to share our takeaways. I actually have three major takeaways as well from this event, and allow me to share these takeaways. The first takeaway that I really have learned is that in order to make an inclusive community, we all must be aware of the environment that we are also placed in. And with the information that we gain, we are able to create dialogues. However, inclusivity means more than creating an open dialogue, as it also means taking action towards what can be improved for a more accessible, comfortable, and secure community for all. Another takeaway that we have also gained was that collaborative action towards a shared goal creates major positive impacts in the community, consciously and unconsciously. There's no such thing as an act too small. And as we gathered as one Asia Pacific, we have realized that action done together is a major contribution for a better future. And of course, our last takeaway as well is that as the world is currently facing a pandemic, different skills are needed to build safe and inclusive spaces. Skills such as empathy, understanding, and patience are one of these key factors that we must also inculcate within our lives. And with that, our actions, big or small, would matter to someone as it also gives comfort and a sense of peace in many ways possible. With that, I think that a main conclusion that really sums up our takeaways as well is that we should practice being inclusive in our own little ways, but of course, we must also do it consistently. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you. I like that. We must be consistent with our actions. Song, you have other thoughts to add? How was your experience organizing the entire event this week?
Yes, I find it's very interesting and also pleasant to work with this big family. And you can always find the people in our group is always passionate and they give care and much love to me. Actually, I'm quite new here in this big family, but I think I received a lot and it really moved me a lot. That's a great and amazing journey for me.
Thank you so much, Song, for that. Okay, so guys, we are also joined by Ashim. Ashim is representing 2030 Youth Force in Nepal. Hi, Ashim. How are you?
Hello, Jules. I'm fine. How about you?
Hi, we're really happy to have you here. So, Ashim, let's do a very quick throwback and recap on your webinar. How was the webinar organized in Nepal? What are your takeaways so far?
Firstly, I want to introduce myself. I'm Asim Pakril from Nepal. I've done my master's in crisis management, and it's been little more than 3 years that I've been working with 2030 Youth Force Nepal. So, talking about the virtual festivals at True, today is the last day of Great Global Week of Action, and I'm gonna miss all of you guys. So, the main three takeaways which I'm taking from our webinar, three Youth Force on advocacy building, goes like this. Number one is paperwork is not enough. Your laws are made, but it must be enacted in ground as well. Youth advocacy must be prioritized from grassroots level to decision making level. And talking about the whole webinar, expansion, partnership, advocacy building, leaving no one behind, leadership. And we can be assured that we are not just doing the paperwork. The other day, Jules, you told that Bangladesh is also joining 2030 Youth Force now, which is very good example of leadership, leaving no one behind, expansion, partnership, and all those things. And this shows that we are not just doing paperwork, we are doing some serious volunteering acts as well. So the government, talking about government, they also need to translate the policies into action, create awareness, as well as establish the financial and legal framework to achieve SDGs, especially uh, advocacy building. So next is government. I think government can't do it alone. It urgently needs to partner with non-state actors, both NGOs and private sector players. This is only through the involvement of all relevant stakeholders that achieving SDGs can be possible. And lastly, talking about the webinar, I saw the international coordination among Youth Force members and team work was very well displayed. Leadership was very well executed with no stubbornness, and each other's opinions were taken into consideration. And saying this, I hope I would meet you someday in person. Thank you.
Okay, I think we lost Ashim.
Okay, he's done
Great.
actually. Thank you so much, Ashim, for sharing your takeaways from the
Welcome.
webinar in Nepal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
All right. I think we have other friends who cannot make it tonight. But just a quick recap also, last Sunday we had a webinar hosted by Vietnam. The focus then was on expansion of networks for the global goals. And then we had the webinar on partnerships. And
Right.
then led by Indonesia, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
And
right.
then the third, right? And then the third one, we had the ones on, we had the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines and China collaborating on the Leaving No One Behind webinar. And then we also had advocacy building by Nepal, as Ashim gave us, a quick rundown of what happened. And also, last yesterday, we had a webinar on leadership for the global goals led by
India.
2030 Youth Force in India.
Yeah.
Great. So it was really a collaboration of different chapters across Asia Pacific. And again, the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific is open for youth leaders across the region who would want to also start your own chapters in your country. Jules.
So far, Aya, we have two countries. Well, at least some leaders from those countries were interested to establish Youth Force chapters, specifically in Bangladesh and in Pakistan. So if you have friends right now who are watching the streams, we are live now on the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific, Facebook, and all the other Facebook pages. We are live right now. So if you are interested, to establish a youth force in your country, please do email us at 2030youthforce at gmail.com so we could talk more about it. And this is our Facebook page. There we go. Okay, so that's a very interesting recap about the whole week. Imagine, Aya, it's a week-long virtual festival, and we have maximized our social media presence so far by integrating and amplifying the SDGs. Are you excited for our next one? Our next segment?
Yes, let's go to our next segment, Jules.
Okay, so of course, for our next segment, okay, so this will be, here's a teaser, here's our next segment. I'm so nervous, I don't know why.
That was quick. That teaser and preview was very quick and
Have
short,
you seen
but
it? Have you seen it, guys? So this is the SDG Youth Awards. Okay, so this is one of the highlights of the 2030 Youth Force Global Week to Act for SDGs, our first virtual festival. So yeah, Aya, what's next?
yeah. So to learn more about it, let's give the floor to the lead coordinator of this project. Let's have Kirsten Kalimag to tell us more about these awards. Kirsten?
Kristen, good
Hi,
evening.
good evening. Hi, good evening, everyone. I also feel nervous. I don't know why.
Go, Kirsten.
All right. So, good evening to everyone, to the whole youth of Asia Pacific. So, few weeks ago, the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific decided to mount a virtual festival and an awards night for the youth of Asia Pacific and, of course, the youth of the whole region. And it has been such a wonderful and impactful opportunity to be able to organize a program where we can recognize youth catalysts that champion the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Amazing, right? And on the SDG Youth Awards is also a safe space where the 2030 Youth Force in Asia Pacific, or 2030 YFAP, recognizes exemplary efforts and stories of action of different talented individuals and committed organizations that are continuously contributing to the fulfillment of the global goals in the region. And to be more specific about this, we have 7 awards for this first ever SDG Youth Awards event. We have the Leave No One Behind for the People Pillar Award. We also have an award for the Planet Pillar, which is called the Regeneration Award. And we also have Building Back Better for those who showcase exemplary projects for the Prosperity Pillar. And of course, for Peace and Partnerships, we have the Solidarity and Leadership Award. And of course, how can we forget the frontliners who have been battling the unseen enemy, which is COVID 19? So we also want to recognize them by giving them the hashtag Real Life Heroes Award. And the outstanding members of each national chapters are also recognized in the Youth Integrity Awards. Each SDG pillar is represented by an award, and we are really grateful for the submissions of the youth of Asia Pacific. Amidst the pandemic, we should really find ways to create opportunities for others. Also, let me use this time to thank my amazing team, the SDG Youth Awards Committee. We have Vo, Quinn, Chao, and Chang from Youth Force Vietnam. Thank you so much, guys, for helping us pull off this event and for doing your responsibilities amazingly. You guys are truly our heroes for this event. And of course, I would want to thank our esteemed panel of key evaluators. We have been graced by his presence tonight, Mr. Benyam Gabreski. We have also been graced by Miss Kellen Orlinka and Miss Emilia Asadova last opening ceremonies. And now that we have been given opportunities to recognize the youth of Asia Pacific, let us continue to turn the world around. Back to you, Aya and Jules.
Okay, thank you, Kirsten, for those remarks and that introduction to what the awards is about. So, Jules, we have
Right.
7 awards to give away tonight. Well,
Mhm.
more than 7 will receive these recognitions because we would also like to thank chapter 2030 Youth Force. Okay, I hope my
Correct.
connection connections stable enough,
It's
let's
trying to hold on. So yeah, we need to proceed so we could still have you until the end of the show, Aya.
go. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so we will begin with the Leave No One Behind award. Okay, so we begin with this one. The Leave No One Behind award is given to an individual or organization who has shown exemplary effort in contributing to any of the SDGs under the people or social justice pillar of the SDGs, such as eradicating poverty, eliminating hunger, good health and well being, quality education, and gender equality. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Aya. Are you ready?
Yes, the winner is Nepal Health Corps. Okay, so Nepal Health Corps is for empowering young medical professionals and student doctors to achieve universal health coverage. 2030 mission at community, district, and national scales also of Nepal. With the motto Together for Healthier Nepal, they are building a national network of universities, research centers, and other partner organizations and institutions to translate the latest expertise in universal health coverage into action. Okay, so do we have someone from Nepal
Yes.
Corps
We
with
have
us?
someone to represent the Nepal Health Corps. Let's welcome Dr. Pradesh Podel. Dr. Pradesh, congratulations, and we'll give you this time to give a brief acceptance speech for this award. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I would like to convey my greetings, namaste from Nepal to all of our global friends, especially from the Asia Pacific regions. So I'm very humble. I'm very glad. I'm very, very pleased to have this recognition from 2030 Youth Force as a people's pillar, leaving no one behind, and also another award as a real life heroes. And I am accepting this award on behalf of Nepal Health Corps, as you have already told. We program to localize universal health coverage 2030 in Nepal. So we work with the multilateral organizations while involving young doctors, public health professionals, nurses, paramedics in the process. So in the very hard time of COVID crisis, I do consider it is very important to involve the youth in the activism and volunteerism. And we have been doing that throughout COVID risk reduction program and COVID response program to ensure the health right of ours of the citizens of the Nepal. So and I'm very thankful, and this is I also take this as a very encouragement to all of our members, volunteers of Nepal Health Corps that have been working tirelessly, selflessly since 2019. So and like I'm very proud to be a part of 2030 Youth Force in Nepal, and I have been working with the country representative and vice chair of 2030 Youth Force since last 2 years. So what I have been finding is that as the globe is has half of its population covered by the youth. It is very important that youth need to be equipped with the skills. They need to engage in the advocacy so that we can replace the global workforce. And according to the research, more than 70% of the workforce has been replaced by the millennials and the Generation Z. So thank you. You have been doing amazing job to 2030 Youth Force, and I highly appreciate that you have encouraged our volunteers through this recognition. Thank you again.
Okay, once again, congratulations to Nepal Health Corps for being the recipient of the first ever Leave No One Behind award of the SDG Youth Awards. Congratulations, Nepal Health Corps, represented by Dr. Pradesh. Yes, from Nepal. Thank you so much and congratulations. Okay, Aya, what's next?
Okay. All right, so let's now go to our planet pillar. Okay, the Regeneration Award is given to an individual or organization who has shown exemplary effort in contributing primarily to the SDGs under the planet pillar or the environment aspect of sustainable development. And so this Regeneration Award is given to Jules.
Our winner for the first ever Regeneration Award is Miss Vania Santoso from the Youth Force Indonesia. Okay, so Vanya is here. Vanya, congratulations to you.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
yeah, so instead of reading a narrative from our end, maybe this is the perfect time for you to instead give your acceptance speech. So we'll give you the floor right now. Go ahead, Vanya, and congratulations.
Thank you. So this is really an honor and a blessing for me and also for our Hey Startic team in Indonesia to get this appreciation. And I'm so blessed to be a part of this initiative. And this is really not about me, not about Hey Startic itself, but really it's about the fact that there are so many young people as well as many other stakeholders involved in this regeneration program itself for having a better partnership between people, planet, and also prosperity itself. And speaking a little bit about the Hey Startic that I represent, it's the social innovation that we develop to raise people's awareness on the environment through the innovation of upcycling with the accelerating of circular economic concept and also sustainable fashion. And I believe that this regeneration is something that we need to always keep in mind that sustainable development couldn't be achieved is we cannot hand in hand work together in partnership for the goals and also how we can really convince more people to be a part of our program, part of our initiative by really considering the balance between people, planet, and also prosperity itself instead of just focusing on the profit. So thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank
once again, congratulations to Vanya Santoso from Indonesia. Congratulations.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay,
Okay,
Aya.
Jules. On to our next award. Let's reveal it.
Right. So our next award, here we go.
It's
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this award is about, of course, Building Back Better Award. And it's given to an individual or organization who has shown exemplary effort in contributing primarily to any of the SDGs under the prosperity pillar or the economic aspect of sustainable development. Before we reveal the name, Aya, maybe you could give a quick background about our awardee. Go ahead, please.
Sure. This awardee advocates for education, youth, and women empowerment and civic engagement. As a young learner, she spent most of her childhood joining math competitions, and now she's starting an organization in her locality through WeTech. She hopes to inspire young girls to love math and eventually pursue STEM and tech related courses. As now the executive director of WeTech Batangas in the Philippines, she wants to pay it forward to her home community by implementing Women in Technology or Women in Tech Teach or We Teach program for Batangueño students. Guys, friends, we have our Building Back Better awardee, Sarah Fabito. Sarah, are you here? There.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Congratulations.
Hi.
Okay,
Hi,
go ahead
guys.
and
Hi,
share your acceptance speech. Congratulations, Sarah.
Hi, Aya and Jules. Thank you so much. Thank you, 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific, for this award. And I'd like to dedicate this to my team at WeTech Batangas, Women in Tech Batangas. And as we always say at WeTech together, let's break the gender barrier and digital divide that exists and create opportunities for young people to discover themselves in tech. And that's all. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night.
Okay. Congratulations once again, Sarah Fabito, our first ever awardee of Building Back Better for the SDG Youth Awards. Congratulations, Sarah from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. On to our next award, Jules. What is it?
here we go.
All right, so the Solidarity and Leadership Award is given to an individual or organization who has shown exemplary effort in contributing primarily to the peace and partnerships pillars of the SDGs or the SDG 16 and 17. So, Jules, who's getting this award?
Right. Our awardee is a health, business, and youth advocate who has been championing the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs since their inception in 2015. He has since worked with the largest Filipino youth organizations focused on the global goals, and as the SDG 3 ambassador and national director for global goals initiatives of the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines, SDG 3 Youth Champion of the 2030 project, Leadership Council nominee and COVID-19 project management team consultant of the UN Sustainable Development Solutions Network Youth Philippines, advisor of Kabataang Lingkod Bayan, and consultant of GoodGov PH. Our awardee has pushed for the integrative collaboration among different youth organizations to amplify impact and foster goodwill for public-private partnerships and outside the Philippines. He has been selected as the Youth Power Global Leader and one of the 12 Youth Power Panel members of Restless Development, Project Everyone, and Action for Sustainable Development to assist in crafting programs for simultaneous implementation in different countries and raising concerns to the United Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you our awardee for the Solidarity and Leadership Award, Mr. Dex Galban from the Philippines. Dex, congratulations.
Thank you, Aya and Jules. Thank you for this recognition and thank you for allowing me to be part of this event. On behalf of every young person in the world, hoping, working, and fighting for a better and more sustainable future, I would like to thank the United Nations Development Program, the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific, and of course the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines for this amazing honor. But in truth, this recognition belongs to all of those working to ensure that we leave no one behind, more so during this pandemic and of course during this decade of action. Because I believe advocacy should never be a competition but an opportunity for collaboration. So to all of my friends, to every chapter of the 2030 Youth Force, and to the organizations, government agencies, and international groups who continue to foster cooperation and partnership for the global goals, thank you for helping us act for the SDGs. And of course, to my fellow youth and fellow youth leaders, always remember that the youth are done waiting for the world to change, and the world is now waiting for the youth to change it. Thank you very much, and thank you to the entire 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific.
Thank you so much and congratulations to you, Dex Galban from the Philippines, our recipient for the Solidarity and Leadership Award for the first SDG Youth Awards. Congratulations, Dex Galban.
All right, congratulations, Dex. And now we move on to our next award. Let's reveal it.
Here we go. Now for the Advocate's Choice Award, this is given to an individual who has shown impactful contributions to any of the SDGs. Who is our awardee, Aya?
Okay, so our awardee for the Advocate's Choice Award is part of an organization that envisions children improving their literacy skills by having them publish their own storybooks that advocate the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs. Theirs is an initiative that helps children improve their reading and writing skills by first identifying the problems in their community and by creating a storybook about it. They championed education for sustainable development by integrating it in science, mathematics, and most especially reading and writing. This means the children improve their academics while being given the opportunity to become part of the solution in the existing social issues in their community. Currently, their organization and their program is being launched in 10 communities in the Philippines. And their sessions start with a play or play sessions on the SDGs. So, ladies and gentlemen, our awardee for the Advocates' Choice Award is Kiel Mariano from the Ladders to Literacy program in the Philippines. Hi, Kiel.
Hi, nice to meet you finally, in at least online.
Yael,
Nice.
congratulations. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you everyone for giving us this award. So we want to start off by thanking everyone who helped us here, especially the children. We dedicate this award not to us, but to the children we want to help. And we have to remind them that change takes a lot of time, which is why we have to start young. And we're very proud that we started young. And to those who are viewing right now, we know you are young leaders like us, and we want you to keep on going. No matter what happens, no matter the obstacles that may come our way, as long as you have that vision and you want to keep on pushing, just keep on pushing. Thank you everyone for believing in us. We recently got in the ESD Okayama Awards, and we're happy to bring these storybooks to Japan this coming 2021. And we're very happy to allow these children, to give them the opportunity to not just champion their needs, but to champion their rights. Because every child deserves to simultaneously achieve the SDGs while also celebrating the UN Conventions on the Rights of the Children. We hope that this award will not just be another trophy or laurel. We want it to be a platform to give these children a voice and to ensure that no child will be left behind because this is their planet. I'd like to quote this Native American proverb that we do not inherit the world from our ancestors, we simply borrow it from our children. And I'm happy that these children are given the opportunity to document their stories, to tell it to other children, to ensure that all children take action. The SDGs is not an invitation, it is a responsibility. It is a common requirement that we have to achieve by 2030 if we really want to protect the planet and leave no one behind. Thank you.
Congratulations once again to Kiel Mariano. It's a very unique name. Congratulations, Advocates Choice Awardee for the first ever SDG Youth Awards. Congratulations.
Thank you po.
All right. Okay, Jules, our next batch of awards.
Right, we're back. Okay. Okay.
Next Okay, our next batch of awards will now honor our frontline workers amid the pandemic. For our next award, let's reveal it. Okay, Kel is
There you
again
go.
here.
Okay, so
Congratulations.
it's the Real Life Heroes Award. So,
Okay,
as we begin, Aya,
right.
yeah, okay. So, our first awardee, Aya, who is he?
Okay, all right. So again, each 2030 Youth Force National Chapter evaluated nominees for the Real Life Heroes Award. And so the Real Life Heroes Award is conferred to a chosen frontliner in their country who has exemplified selfless service during this COVID-19 pandemic. And so let's start off our awardee from Nepal, Jules.
Yes. Congratulations to you. Once again, we have here Dr. Pradesh Podel. Dr. Pradesh, congratulations.
Thank you again. I'm again back, and then I'm very honored to receive this prize, and I would like to dedicate this recognition to all of my friends that has been working with me, and all of my volunteers that has been working in Nepal Health Crops. Thank you, 2030 Youth Force, and I'm very deeply honored to receive this prize. Thank you again.
Congratulations once again, Dr. Pradesh, one of our recipients of the Real Life Heroes Award representing Nepal. Who's next, Aya?
All right, and now from Indonesia. Please excuse me if I pronounce this wrong. Please correct me. From Indonesia, we have Idea Awana.
Okay.
Idea. Yes.
Okay. Hello,
Congratulations.
everyone. Thank you. Very good evening. Thank you for 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific, such an honorable to receive this award. I would like to thank for the goodness Lord for the blessings and mercies, and I'm dedicated this award for my members and fellow members of 2030 Youth Force Indonesia that I can mention only one by one, who always support and help me and taught me a lot of things for less than 1 year. 2030 Youth Force is such a good place to grow up and to get to know more about me. It is really thankful for letting to be part of such a good team. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, Miss
Thank
Aida,
you.
a recipient of the Real Life Heroes Award from Indonesia. Congratulations to you. Okay,
Congratulations. Now, for our next recipient of the Real Life Heroes Award from China, we have Liu Meng Lu. I think we have a VTR from her.
correct. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
Hello everyone, this is Meng from China. It's really my honor to receive this award. I sincerely want to thank 2030 Outburst Asia and Pacific. I'm sorry that I couldn't be outside with all of you. But I'm always grateful and happy to start a journey as a volunteer in 2030 Outburst in China. All the best. Thank you. Bye bye.
Congratulations, Liu Menglu from China, one of our recipients of the Real Life Heroes Awards for the SDG Youth Awards. Aya, who's next?
Right. And now, our next recipient of this award from the Philippines is Maria Teresa Cruz. She was a nurse who battled the front lines amid the pandemic in the Philippines, and to receive this award is her daughter, Joey Cruz. Also a VTR, please.
Our family would like to express our sincerest gratitude for this award that you have given our mom, Maria Teresa Cruz, the hashtag Real Life Heroes Award. We are overwhelmed by this award that you've given her. But I'm sure, like wherever she is, she's looking down at us, and she's also very happy to and very proud, to receive this award. And this award is not just for her, but for all the frontliners, may it be medical professionals or those who are in charge of, or the frontliners who are in charge of other tasks in the hospital, such as cleaning. This is also for you. Also, as I've said, so we might not be as active on social media on what we guys are doing right now, to continue the fight for justice for what happened to my mom, and also to continue the fight for our frontliners, no, for better treatment, for fair wages, and for their benefits and safer health working conditions. The fight continues, and we also offer this award to all of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, once again, we'd like to give our gratitude to all our frontliners, medical frontliners, or all frontliners who are battling the COVID-19 in their own means. Thank you so much for sacrificing everything just to make sure that everyone is safe in this pandemic. Okay, Aya. So now we move on to our next award. Let's all watch this. Okay, so our last set of awards is the Youth Integrity Award. This is conferred to one outstanding member or leader of each 2030 Youth Force National Chapter who has epitomized integrity for SDG action throughout his or her term of service.
Okay, let's start with our first recipient of this Youth Integrity Award from the Philippines. Congratulations to Ranz Aaron Calderon.
Rans, congratulations to you. You still have a show
Hi,
after
thank
this,
you.
but
Yes,
okay, go ahead and give your message.
thank you. I am honored and humbled to receive this recognition. I share this recognition to the whole of membership and governance committee of the 2030 Youth First in the Philippines, to the people who I work with, to the 2019 NCR Regional Council, to the current Regional Council of the National Capital Region, to the technical working groups, and to the ad hoc teams, especially the National Organizing Committee of the upcoming SDG Bayanihan Summit, and to the people who I became friends with beyond or outside the organization, and to the people who keeps motivating me to do this kind of leadership, to my family, Christine and Sophie, to the people and to my other friends outside the organization. I also share this recognition to the people who is my why, you, the vibrant youth that is challenging the status quo. Let us keep challenging the status quo. Let's keep asking questions. Let's strive to continue finding answers to them. Let's not stop learning how to become a better individual, a better leader, and a better advocate, so that we can radiate it to other youth as well and to other leaders as well, as we leave no one behind. Again, thank you, and I share this to everyone in the member advocates of the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines. Maraming salamat po.
Congratulations, Mr. Ranz Aaron Calderon, one of our recipients of the Youth Integrity Award for the SDG Youth Awards. Ranz is from the Philippines. Congratulations. And see you later in your show.
Right. Okay, let's now proceed. Our awardee of the Youth Integrity Award from Indonesia, we have Rivian. Rivian with no last name.
Rivian, are you here? Okay.
Here.
Congratulations. Okay.
Congratulations.
Go ahead and share your message to all of us.
Sure, thank you all. But honestly, I never, and maybe will always be unforgettable with being in the crowd, including this time. But for now, I can safely say that I'm grateful to be a part of youth that are not only aware, but also eager to empowering another youth to be able to together accelerating SDGs implementation. Thank you, Youth Force. Thank you all.
Congratulations to you, Revian Putrajaya Pratama. Congratulations, one of the awardees of our Youth Integrity from Youth Force Indonesia.
All right, great. Next, from our next chapter, we have from Nepal, we have Prabesh Shahi.
Prabesh, one of our hardworking volunteers in the team. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for this event. So Prabesh, go ahead and share your message to all of us.
Thank you, Jules and Ia, and hello, namaste, everyone. It's a great honor and privilege to have been recognized for the Youth Integrity Award, and I'm very pleased to the fellow teammates of 2030 Youth Force Nepal. They have been very supportive, very honest with the work, and with it's been an honor also working with the GWA uh, virtual festival and with the teams, and it's been a great learning, guys. Thank you so much. I really look forward to it.
Congratulations once again to Prabesh from Youth
Thanks,
Force Nepal, one of our recipients of the Youth Integrity Award. Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay. And now, from China, receiving the Youth Integrity Award is Shen Jin, or we call her Jenny. Do you have a message from Jenny?
Hi guys. Greeting from 2030 Youth Force in China. This is Jenny Chen, the previous coordinator in our chapter. And huge congrats for the success of Global Week of Action Virtual Festival. I hope you had a splendid Friday. I have learned a lot and seen how amazing the youth are in the advocacy for SDGs. I'm honored to get the award. To be honest, I have to express my great appreciation to 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific and for China chapter. By the leadership and hard effort of our dear Miss Ziting Song, we had the opportunities to learn and hear from two Chinese youths to talk about the SDGs stories, and we are on the way on leaving no one behind. And best wishes to SDGs for promising future in 2030. Cheers!
Okay, thank you so much and congratulations to Jenny from the Youth Force China. So she's one of the recipients of the Youth Integrity Award. So we congratulate all our winners from all our national chapters in the Youth Force Asia Pacific. Once again, this is another opportunity to promote that if you want your flag to be part of this roster, please email us at 2030youthforce at gmail.com so we could discuss on how to establish a national chapter in your country.
Right. Okay, so that wraps up our awards. Congratulations to all our winners. Thank you for your service. And again, we're not done yet because we are calling in Ben for a quick question and answer because Ben was one of the judges who sat in the panel to select our awardees for tonight. So let's call him back. Ben?
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Ben.
Hi, how are you? Thanks
Right.
for the
So
show.
yeah,
Thanks
we
for
feel fantastic, Ben, because going back to what I mentioned earlier, we started with only 17 youth leaders on June 2016, and right now we are recognizing some of our exemplary leaders all throughout the Asia Pacific region. So from your end, as one of the brains of this organizations way back 4 years ago, how are you feeling right now that we are more than 10,000 members across the region?
It feels awesome. I think it is just amazing how young people are really embracing the SDGs, not as one of the colleagues were saying, not as a choice, but something that is our all everyone's responsibility. And I mean, what I really love about the work that you do is that you're living SDGs. You're not doing it as a tick off box. It's not a paperwork, as somebody said. It actually has to come and be localized at the national level. So for me, I think this is a movement you have. This is you've really embodied what local action is, and I really thank everyone and all the winners and everyone that was part of this. Who submitted their ideas. I mean, every idea is noted and welcomed. And I think when we bring that together, that is when one plus one becomes 101, right? Because to achieve this, you really need scale. You need the transformational agenda, and you need to leverage things. And that you can only do together. We only have so much capacities on our own. So seeing this festival come to, this kind of I just would love to be there with you guys and party.
Yeah.
Right. I wish we could party. Ben, before we let you go, any last message to our fellow young people across Asia Pacific, especially in this time of a pandemic?
No, I think it's really to stick together, surround yourself with positive people that inspire you, keep reading. When we advocate about SDGs, I think it's important that that you know your data, you know what's going on. That's how you can convince governments. Advocacy will get you so far, but together with that knowledge and that passion for change, I think that would give you the most potent ingredients. But from all of us at UNDP and the Youth Collab team and everyone who's been participating in this for the last 4 years, thank you, Aya, thank you, Jules, the teams, the award teams, big thanks. This is just the beginning. We have a whole decade ahead of us together. Let's work together and get the work done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Once again, we have Mr. Benyam Gebrezgi from the UNDP Bangkok Regional Hub. Thank you so much for everything, Ben.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
Jules, before we proceed to our next part of our program, let me just acknowledge our partners.
Sure.
First, I would want to thank UNDP in the Asia Pacific for really supporting the 2030 Youth Force from the very beginning. Also, UN volunteers, thank you for supporting us. Also, the UN SDG Action campaign team has been supportive of this global week to act for SDGs here in the Asia Pacific, led by the 2030 Youth Force. And also, we would like to thank UNDP Philippines, UNDP China, and all UNDP country offices where our national chapters are. Thank you for supporting the 2030 Youth Force national chapters. Right, Jules, did I miss any?
Um,
To
none yet.
every
Yeah.
to all our partners and supporters in every country, thank you so much for believing in the capacities and the potentials of our young people. Jules, are we ready for the next?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, we are
It's
ready.
gonna be on you. All right. So
Okay.
now we call on, our friends from different chapters, but of course, let us go back to the roots. This is a global week of celebration for the SDGs, and Jules, you've been leading the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific since 2016. In a way, you're part of the council, the regional council of this organization. And in the Philippines, you were once the national convener for 3 years. So now that your term as the chairperson of the 2030 Youth Force is coming to an end, maybe you would want to give us first some last messages, maybe
Right.
before the nearing upcoming turnover of your
Right.
leadership. I'll
Yeah,
leave the
I think thank you, Aya, so much for also being very supportive from the Philippines and even up until now in the Asia Pacific level. So yeah, I think I still have less than a month before the end of the term, but I'd like to use this opportunity to thank everyone who have been very supportive from day one, since day one in June 2016. So yeah, very quickly, this is the first time that we have organized an Asia Pacific wide virtual event. We wanted this event not only to drumbeat, of course, the 2030 Youth Force in the Asia Pacific, but to intensify our advocacies on the SDGs. Once again, I'd like to emphasize our 5 themes on partnerships. We are really open to collaborate with any organization, any private companies, and of course our governments to be aligned with the SDGs. We want to expand. So I'd like to use this opportunity to reach out to all SDG advocates right there to establish a youth force in your countries on advocacy building. We have been advocating for the SDGs since 2016, and we want to partner with all the SDG advocates all around the Asia Pacific. As they say, there are 700 million youth in the Asia Pacific, and that is our. It's a very ambitious goal, but we'd like to reach at least a significant percent of that number, leaving no one behind. This is the core of the SDGs. We really strive to make our activities to be felt on the communities. As far as I know, Vietnam would be having their activity tomorrow on a Sunday in one of the communities. So, amid the pandemic, we are still really trying to reach out even beyond the virtual world. And of course, leadership. We are trying to, we are really striving to empower our leaders here in the Asia Pacific, here in Youth Force, in all of our countries. So yeah, for the past 4 years, all national chapters have strived to bring the SDGs to their youth and to all communities. And this year, this is kind of an experiment, right? So I think it's been only 2 months for the whole preparation for the virtual festival. So we've been meeting every Sunday for this, late nights on Sundays, and we're really happy with the bond that we have created. So let me use this opportunity to thank, of course, Benyam and Emilia, our parents in the Youth Force Asia Pacific, for your tireless support, your endless support to all our needs and concerns. And of course, to Linka. Linka has been our number one supporter since she joined the UNDP. And Aya mentioned a while ago that in a few weeks, we'll begin with the leadership transition. So I'd like to introduce the incoming chairperson of the 2030 Youth Force Regional Council. She is currently the vice chair. Let me call in Miss Shreya Kanal from Nepal. Okay, hi Shreya. You're on mute.
Hi, Shreya. I
Hi,
I really like
Shreya.
the purple background.
Yeah,
Shreya.
Shreya,
Okay.
kindly unmute, please. You're muted right now.
Okay. I think
Okay.
it's okay. Let's call any other leaders first, Jules.
Right. We also have Quindo from Vietnam. Hi, Quinn. Hello. Yeah, you guys could turn on your mics. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So
Hello,
we
Queen.
also have hi. We also have Adrian from 2030 Youth Force in Indonesia.
We have some feedback, so if we can mute some
Right.
of
Yeah.
our monitors, let's please do. All right.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? Okay. And we also have from China, Song.
Hello.
Song, are you here?
Yes, I'm
I'm
here.
here. How
Thank
about you,
you,
Joe?
Jules.
Hi, Song. And of course, we have from Indonesia, we have Keshav. Hi,
India.
Keshav. Sorry. What did I
India.
say? From
Indonesia.
Keshav? From Indonesia, India. Sorry. India. Keshav, how are you, Keshav? Fresh from their webinar yesterday.
I'm
Okay.
good, doing great. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Aya, do you have any questions to our fellow leaders right here?
Right. We just missed a while ago Indonesia's takeaway from the webinar that they held. We're sorry, Revion was supposed to share, but he wasn't able to speak. So before we go, maybe Andrian, do you have something to share about the webinar that you did the past week? Andrian? Okay.
Okay, I guess we're experiencing
Yeah.
some tech. Yeah, go ahead.
I-
Speaking.
no. Okay. It's all right. You can just chat.
Yeah, so this is kind of expected in a live interview, and we're just using our internet connection. So, right. So, anyone from our leaders right now, what maybe a quick reflection of our term for the past year? Maybe Quinn, you'd like to start? Yes, Quinn, go ahead. Okay.
Who's ready to speak? I think
Yeah,
Shrey.
anyone. Okay, let's just smile.
No, okay.
Quinn, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me
Yes,
now,
we
right?
can.
Okay. Yes. So you asked me about my experience with tentative juice
Yes.
fast in the past, I think 4 years. Yeah. So, uh, can you hear me? Okay. Okay. So, for me, like for my last. Yep. So I already have 4 years with Tentative Youth Force, and also especially Tentative Youth Force Vietnam, and I can say that it's already I think it was a roller coaster for me as a young person in Vietnam as well to know more about SDGs, to share the knowledge with other people, especially my Vietnamese young fellows, and as well to join the process and advocate for the whole process. So like during the last week when we worked together and we like brought the webinar to share the knowledge with other people in Asia Pacific and even outside of Asia Pacific, I can see that like I learn a lot from other people, and like the participant when they join the webinar, they also ask a lot of interesting questions and send a lot of motivation for us as well. So we know that we never be alone, like we never be alone on this journey, and I know that we will continue this journey with a lot of like motivation, encouragement, and a lot of belief and strength together. So as a person, like Vietnamese young person, and also like a leader, like a former leader from a national chapter in 2030 just for Asia Pacific, I really I also would like to take this opportunity to send our best like thanks to all of our teammates from 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific, and also especially from our new national chapter from Mongolia when they try to work with us, that despite all the like technical and difficulties in internet, something like that. So I hope that on the next journeys, on the 10 years left, we still have each other and we still work together with each other. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Quinn.
Thank you, Quinn.
So that's
Alright.
some of my sharing that I hope that you can share the same thought. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Before Keshav's connection fails us, let's hear from Keshav from India. Keshav, what's it been like for your chapter in India?
So yeah, I hope you guys can hear me. Am I audible to everyone? Great, great, great. So yeah, it's been almost now. I think last year we met in October or November in Manila, right? So it's officially almost 1 year to me in youth family. Uh, so it was an amazing journey. And one thing, I pondered upon a lot since we have now 8 chapters. Before it used to be 7. So I was all it was always in my mind, to connect these chapters and do something, collaboratively, and do something like where whole family can come together and initiate something. And I think Ia can understand how was I pushing her. Let's do something together, and this, and even Sister Quinn. Uh, and recently, what we have done, which is Global Week of Action, the seminar series, it was an amazing, and I really admire the support. Like it's YF for me. It's all about acceptance. You guys accepted and did a great job. Although for me I was not there actively, to be very honest, because but present scenario in India is a little crazy. But it was, for me, it was like amazing. So it's already a success. The celebration of GWA. So congratulations to each of one of us here. Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. Okay, so who's next? Who'd like to share? So we're done with Quinn from Vietnam, Kesha from India, Song or Andrian?
Andrea, you're on mute.
Okay,
There.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
You're still muted.
Okay, sorry, I miss what we are talking about, Jules. Can you repeat?
Yeah. So maybe you could
The
share
question
something.
is,
Yeah, about your reflection so far in your term as part of the Youth Force Asia Pacific, and maybe your takeaways in the Global Week of Action as well.
Okay. Talk about Youth Force. Flashback to 2017 when I was joined first time. I was 17 and didn't know anything about SDGs, but Youth Force are become a warm home to share and learn with the same vision to realize meaningful youth participation. The series of programs that we have created and implement made us realize and capturing actually youth have a unique way to solve the problem, and the collaboration is um, key to move forward together in making change. And yeah, in Youth Force, I learn and share and meet inspiring friends like you guys. It's such wonderful things.
Congratulations and thank you, Andrian. Okay, let's hear it from Song from China. Song, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, okay. Hello everyone, this is Song from 2030 Youth Force in China. Actually, the year when Youth Force in Asia Pacific founded, I was still a student, knowing nothing about what SDGs. However, 2 years later, I joined this big family as a volunteer, and now I started to believe that youth is the greatest hope of the future, and youth is also like fire. We can just be like fire to light some darkness in the world and to make this maybe imperfect world to be a little more beautiful. It's really a pleasant thing, to be a volunteer 2 years ago. So now I can join all of you and to do something real to act for SDGs. And I can also listen to so many inspiring stories from our fellows. And you can always find enthusiasm and passion in this group, and you can find confidence and encouragement in this team, and you can always find love and support and care in this big family. And I really appreciate all the efforts and supports that you have made and during the GWA or in the whole past 4 years. And Youth Force in China, in past 3 years, we hold workshops on quality education. We gather all young minds to act for SDGs, and I think all these things we have done is quite meaningful and is also what we believe in. So I think if we can stick to it and keep moving forward, then I think big things and big changes can be made. And I really hope that we can make it. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Song from China. Let's hear it from. Is Shreya still here? Maybe from you, Aya, as national convener of the Philippines. And
Right.
yeah, you've been there since 2016 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was one of those who believed that yeah, this family will really grow, and we really can reach and mobilize young people across Asia Pacific and hopefully beyond, and help in achieving the SDGs in one way or another. And so hi again, Shreya, welcome back. Right. Okay. Yeah, the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines has grown over the years, and there were a lot of learnings. And I'm grateful also for the growth of the organization and my personal growth as well as a leader, from a member to a leader. Oh, no, I started as a leader. I led the team from the very beginning, but eventually um, became the national convener, and it's a different challenge. And so I tell everyone that the 2030 Youth Force is something like a laboratory where people and young people can explore their skills, their potentials, their interests. They can maybe volunteer on creatives, for example, or on project management, or on some specific advocacy projects for the environment or for peace and justice, etc. They can find and explore their interests through the 2030 Youth Force, and while working on helping achieve the SDGs in their yeah, for all of us, right? Not just in the Philippines, not just in every chapter, but for the kind and the world that we are envisioning for everyone by 2030. So yeah, I hope more young people will join us. And yeah, please do find our Facebook page on the bottom of your screen. It's there, facebook.com/2030 Youth Force. Just send us a message there. All right,
Right.
back to you,
Okay.
Jules.
Yeah. Yeah. So now let's hear it from the incoming chairperson of the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific Regional Council, Shreya. Shreya, it's been an honor working with you. Yes, for the past year. So go ahead.
Hey Jules. Hey Jules. Hey yeah. Hey everyone. Hello all the country representatives. It's been my honor working and serving 2030 Youth Force as a vice chair, and the journey was really fun, and we all had a lot of learning experiences from one another. 1 year back, we met in Manila, and the teamwork was just beyond anything. I learned a lot from you guys, from every one of us. So it's been my pleasure and my honor to be a part of this journey. And yes, like we have all just shared before, we will continue to aim our decade of action to implement in the further coming days and years so that we can achieve global goals by 2030. So as a coming chair, it's really nervous for me as well. Jules, you have done a wonderful job and you have set a benchmark for every one of us as a leader. So I really hope we could work in the same spirit and we can grow all together. Thank you. Youth Force to all of us.
Youth Force to all of us. Okay, so yeah, we're looking forward to a brand new term starting by October. Right, by October. Right. So there we go. So we're supposed to do a wine toasting, but I also forgot to get my wine glass as well. So yeah, if you have a bottle of water or anything, cheers to all of us to all our member advocates who are watching all throughout the region, to all our advisors. Maybe Benyam and Kirsten could join us as well. Benyam, thank you so much. Cheers. Kirsten, if you're still here. Right.
Oh
She's
no,
here.
she's here. Kristen's here.
Yeah.
There.
Okay, so congratulations to all of us. And yeah, congratulations to everyone who worked hard, all the sleepless nights for Global Week of Action Virtual Festival. At last, we're done. And yeah, we hope to organize this annually with the support of course, UNDP Asia Pacific, UNV. And we hope by next year, Shreya, no pressure, but I hope we have doubled our numbers already with the national chapters. So if we have 8 right now, maybe 16 next year.
Okay, let's.
I hope we get to 16 and many more, Jules.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, so much.
Thank you. Okay. So, Aya, that ends our culmination and awarding night ceremonies. This is the end of the first 2030 Youth Force Global Week to Act for SDGs.
Yes. Congratulations, everyone. And again, this is the 2030 Youth Force Asia Pacific Global Week to Act for SDGs Virtual Festival. Thank you for joining us this past week. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.